Hello everyone, in this video we will discuss the topic meaning and objectives of government budget from the chapter Government Budget and the Economy of class 12th Macroeconomics. Let's proceed towards it. First of all, we will discuss the meaning of government budget. Look, it is a statement of estimated receipts and expenditure of government from all sources during an accounting year, prepared on an annual basis. So, let's briefly discuss and understand the given definition. The government budget is such a statement which shows the planned receipts and expenditure of government. यानी कि ये एक ऐसी स्टेटमेंट है जो बताती है कि सरकार के आने वाले साल के लिए उसकी क्या प्लान रिसिप्ट्स और कितने प्लान्ड एक्सपेंडिचर है. And it is prepared for the upcoming accounting year, that is for 1st April to 31st March, whatever the year is going on. For example, financial year 2020 to 2021. Okay, it basically represents two things which is mentioned below the definition. Firstly, it shows the planned receipts and expenditures for upcoming financial year, and along with this it also shows receipts and expenditures of previous financial year, so that one can compare the plans and policies of the government. Okay, now let's discuss the objectives of government budget. As each and everything is prepared with some objectives of target, government budget is also having some of its objectives and targets. Look, the first and foremost objective of government budget is growth and stability of economy. But this objective can be achieved through various different objectives. Objectives are as follows. First, reallocation of resources. Second one, reducing inequalities of income and wealth. Third, economic stability. Fourth, management of public enterprises. Fifth, economic growth. Sixth, reducing regional disparities. Now let's discuss these objectives one by one. Objective number first, that is reallocation of resources. Now, how will government reallocate the resources? See, in an economy, resources are owned by private as well as public sector. As we all know, India is a mixed economy. So, what the government need to do is to reallocate these resources in such a manner that the objective of growth and stability can be achieved. For this, the government will use its taxation and subsidy policy. How? Let's discuss. Look, it has been mentioned here that government will impose heavy taxation on production of harmful goods. इससे क्या होगा? इससे ये होगा कि harmful goods का production discourage होगा. It means government is trying to discourage the production of harmful goods in an economy by imposing heavy taxation on it. And secondly, it will grant subsidies for essential goods, for production of essential goods. अब इससे क्या होगा? इससे essential commodities के production को encouragement मिलेगा. It means producers will be encouraged to produce the essential commodities in an economy as they are receiving various types of subsidies. Secondly, government can also produce various goods and services directly. This is essential because there are various services or goods related to civic amenities and welfare of the public in which private sector hesitate to invest. So government need to invest in production of such goods and services so as to promote welfare of general public. Okay, now the second objective, that is reducing the inequalities of income and wealth. As we have discussed earlier, India is a mixed economy, so both private sector and public sector are working here. And when private sector works, it creates a gulf between rich and poor sector of an economy, where rich become richer and poor becomes poorer. So it again becomes the duty of government to reduce these differences. But how? There must be a question in your mind. Okay, the answer is the government will impose taxes on the richer section of society and the money received in the form of taxes will be used for welfare of poor sector of the society. It means government will spend the collected money on the poor sector of the economy so as to achieve the target of growth and welfare. Okay, let's proceed towards the third objective. The third one is economic stability. Let's firstly discuss the meaning of economic stability. Economic stability means controlling the situations of inflation and deflation in the economy. As we all know, inflation is harmful for the economy. In the same manner, deflation is also harmful for our economy. So the government need to control these situations so as to promote the welfare of economy. Again, there must be a question, how will government do it? So, here's the answer. The government will do it by using its expenditure policy, which is also known as fiscal policy. Here I am discussing only about expenditure. The government will increase its expenditure at the time of deflation, due to which the aggregate demand in an economy will increase, and as you all know, increase in demand causes a rise in prices, which will help the government to control the situation of deflation. And at the time of inflation, the government will reduce its expenditure, due to which aggregate demand in an economy will reduce, and fall in aggregate demand in an economy will cause a fall in prices also. As we know that fall in demand causes a fall in prices. So it is the tool which is used by government to cover up the situation of inflation and deflation. Now, the next one, that is fourth objective of government budget. It is management of public sector units of government. As you know, government is owner of various public sector units in an economy. In the budget, it need to mention how it will be managing various public sector units in the upcoming financial year. It will make various objectives and financial plans for such enterprises and also decide other provisions which will be applicable on such PSUs in upcoming financial year. Okay, next one. The fifth objective is achieving economic growth. It is one of the main objective of government budget. In this target, the government will make various plans and policies for boosting up the rate of saving and investment in the economy. As we all know, more will be the saving, there will be more investment in an economy, and investment is the only tool which can help the government to grow the economy. Investment is must for the economic growth, so the government will try to increase the rate of investment in the economy. Next one. So, the last objective of government is reducing regional disparities. What does it mean? It means promoting balanced regional growth in an economy or developing the backward sectors of the economy, backward areas of the economy. For this, the government will use the taxation and subsidy policy again. Also, the government can declare the backward area as says that is special economic zone. By doing so, the government can promote the development of such backward area also. Okay, thank you. We have discussed the various objectives of government budget along with its meaning.